Hello everyone, and welcome back to Grounded. So I went ahead and I collected up all of the materials that were needed to create some of that gear that would actually help us breathe underwater. So I created this bubble helmet as well as some fin flops, and that should allow us to progress around the pond a bit easier. So the the underwater lab, the pond lab, I discovered down here in the depths, somewhere around here. I always get confused exactly where it is. Right here by this tube, wherever that tube is leading. No, that's not right. Here we go, this tube. Down here, there is a little underwater section where there's actually... Oh, I'm going to try and grab this water, or this air. Down here, there is a little T-Rex guy, and he kind of marks the entrance to where we are trying to get to. Of course, we've got a diving bell spider down here. Why wouldn't we? These guys are really annoying. There's so many of them. They're just punks. They get in the way. But if we run in front of this makes us go along faster. And here we are at the pond lab. Now, this is about as far as I've gotten. I'm guessing the pond lab is up here, but it says A, B, and C aren't powered. I don't know what that means. There's this guy right here, but I don't think I can interact with it at all. So we would need to power it up somehow. Maybe we need to... Well, no, I was going to say maybe we need to follow these wires, but those wires don't actually lead anywhere. I'm hearing another diving bell spider. Very nice. There weren't enough of them as is. Sir, can you please just leave me alone? I'm trying to figure out this puzzle, and you attacking me does not help in the least bit. Okay, there's this whole flooded section right here. I'm already running out of air, which is, not preferable. I need to just find some sort of air pocket down here, because there's a lot of stuff down here, but you can't actually do anything with it if you're dying constantly, not diving. I know technically we are diving, but... Oh, there's a door here. Does this lead to an air pocket? Because that would be amazing. Oh, it does. Oh, that's fantastic. We're actually inside also.
Each member of the Tully family, excepting yours truly, looks at Brussels sprouts, the great cabbage of Belgium, with utter disdain. Within its densely packed leaves, a high-powered nutrient boost in a miniature form factor. And yet mealtime after mealtime, it is recklessly cast aside. Well, more for me. The body knows when it's lacking something. Funny that it doesn't tell the mind why, though. But I have taken the hint, and I'll do those brilliant horticulturalists of Belgium one better. You see, these little morsels are a prime candidate for experimentation in my new submersible multifunction lab. A closed-loop system complete with retractable solar dome. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Dr. Tully, it is almost time for your appointment.
Already? The joys of getting older. Trudy pushed me to go see a doctor after she remarked that I looked like a plate of wet ham. Very well. Mustn't be long. Keep Dr. Applebaum waiting.
Ow. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, we're dead. I just realized, well, my bag is down there, so it's hard to tell anyways. I think I didn't bring any armor along. So if stuff's gonna be fighting us, we might be having some difficulties. He was saying what could go wrong with having a retractable solar dome, though. I don't know, maybe your dome doesn't retract and then you're absolutely screwed, would be my guess, but what do I know, right? I'm not the scientist here. Okay, T-Rex friend marks the way. It's really hard to tell exactly where to go each time, just because it's hard to see down here. Underwater levels, you know, they're always difficult to see in. Alright, spider, nothing to see here. Just a little human going about their business. I didn't realize there would be an enemy in there, or else I wouldn't have just charged straight in. Alright. We are back. We'll get our stuff. And then from there, I'm wondering if you could actually make like a, can you craft in here? I doubt it, but if you could, I would love to build a lean-to. Yeah, no, it doesn't let you. Well, that's unfortunate.
Mom would kill me if I lost this.
Yeah, and I didn't bring any armor, so we've got that going for us as well. Perfect. Ham's test, day 1. Initial diagnostics indicate that everything is in working order and ready to begin the Brussels sprouts live testing phase using the automated hydroponic aquaculture microponic system, HAMS, I suppose, going forward. Burgle's task of cultivating the biodome mycelium network seems to have not been a complete failure, and signals are detectable in all extremities. Biodome is operational, grow nodes are operational, nitration system is operational, and fungal network is active, surprisingly. Harvesting is typically 90 days out, but initial tests show small sprouts are ready within the span of a week. We'll look to optimize that further, keeping in mind a certain level of structural integrity is required to scale them up to nearly a grapefruit size. Wendell. Alright, error, reset the breakers. Do I need to do that in here, or do I need to go back out there? Because it says status, you know, unacceptable. I mean, we can try going back down there real quick. Seems to be the way it's pointing us towards anyways. As much as I want to go straight into the lab and fight that Archer guy again, who literally has a gun, and I'm sitting here with a club made out of the teeth of a ant. Seems like a very fair fight. Oh, okay, yeah, so there's one. We know that there was one over here that we had seen with one bell spider, diving bell spider, and then looks like another one is over here. Albeit that one, I guess maybe we can enter through here and then work our way around would be what I think we need to do. Oh yeah, it's very difficult to see, but alright, and hopefully we don't run out of air here. Okay, that one's reset. Is there anything of actual value in here? Oh, there's a scabby. Frostbite. Alright, we can check that out shortly. I want to get back to the air supply. I'm getting a little nervous. Albeit, I think we might have enough time. If we're quick, we should be able to reach this third one, and then we'll have to run, but hopefully we can make it back to the air pocket up in the lab. Ow, you stupid spiders. I hate them so much, they're annoying. Please leave me alone. Okay. Plenty of time left. Let's just get back in here. The spider is not following us in here, thankfully. That would have been really bad. And there we go. Okay, and what did this do for us? It was the power grid. Okay, well then before we go in there, was the door down here unlocked? No, this door is still locked. This is probably the end of the lab, I would guess. Or there's some other way to unlock it.
Let's take a look. You can't hide from me.
Alright, let's lure him out a bit. I'm thinking actually we just ignore this guy and run by him. There's no reason to fight, especially if he's going to be kicking our butt. Oh, I do not want to sleep. Ooh, can I set my... I can reset my spawn point here. I tried to block. Okay, perfect. Okay, we got a couple of bandages. Ham's test day 15. No change from last week, but I feel we're on the cusp of something here, and I've got an idea. I shot awake this morning, sweaty with the memory of the frenetic energy of fitness infomercials that popped on before the kids' Saturday morning cartoon shows. And in those early hours, being annoyed at the greasy glow of skin stretched tight over bursting muscles, screaming about some new trivial invention, veins bulging with hot blood. But that movement and excitement, that's what's missing. Our wilted petit show needs to get pumped up. With this inspiration, we're moving forward with an admittedly odd Hail Mary procedure for Generation 2, vascular grafting. At the time of writing this, we've already removed the cumbersome stem from the growth process, rendering these axillary buds longing for a new system to be a part of. I've had Burgle harvest the appendicular artery of the old jarred appendix, and have begun splicing them into the sprout roots, mending the union with a manner of agar glue. The systems of both man and plant are not that different after all, but could they be this compatible? I would not recommend trying to go home, enter the opening in the depths. How do I go about doing that? Oh, we got a workbench here. Very nice. I don't actually need this, but... How do I enter this guy? Oh, wait. I bet you there's an opening outside that we might have to check out, so... That's still locked. But there is an opening right out here that looks like it unlocked. Alright, cool. And that leads us straight back to where we were. Oh, and here's this door that leads... I think that leads out to the little area where there were all those supplies. I could be mistaken, but... That guy's locked up tight. Locked up tight. All of these doors are locked. What's that about? We restored power, and we should technically have... If you eat what? What is that? Oh, is that one of the Brussels sprouts? But whatever this Ham's test thing is? Ooh, that's a lot of brittle marble shards. Don't mind if I guess. Ham's test, day 36. Generation 7 fitness stable. Vascular systems have evolved into something inspirational. Sprout musculature amplification research is going swimmingly. Generation 4 being taught the rhythm of the flesh in a way the fungal networks could transmit was certainly key. Each node is performing in tandem at peak efficiency. Condensed crop cycle manipulation is accelerating generational hybrid evolution at an unprecedented rate. Ham's is proving to be a highly advantageous apparatus. Superdense Brussels sprouts, muscle sprouts, conducting a ripe symphony of proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates via the push and pull of plant and muscle fibers. The applications here are for sustainable, humane, omnivorous diets are tantalizing. Notes: consider an aerobics program for the lab monitor array to increase nitrification and introduce a motivational aspect to growth. Plug data into Burgle's recipe module, finally something we can share a common bond over. W. I don't like the brain having a bunch of roots in it. Let's not make this any more complex. Oh, there's the bit that we need, but we'll need a password again, it looks like. Hopefully he used the same password for the hedge lab? I know he wouldn't have, but one can wish, right? Okay. That's a lot of brittle quartzite as well. We're getting lots of the brittle stuff, which just allows us to make upgrade parts. It is cramped down here, and I am hearing spiders. Yeah, there's one right there. Okay, let's, oh crap. What? Please re-equip. I cannot see anything. I got all turned around. Son of a... I accidentally equipped the peeper, and it made it to where I couldn't see. Oh, we took a little bit of a beating there. Let's eat up some food, that'll heal us.
Dr. Applebaum has pronounced me in perfect health. For a man 20 years my senior. I must face the facts. The gray hairs, the wrinkles, they are not figments of the imagination. I can draw only one reasonable conclusion. It is the elusive fractional errors of the shrinking process which are the cause. Trudy has asked that I discontinue my experiments, but what choice do I have? If I quit now, I will have nothing. What will I be other than a failed inventor and scientist with no discoveries to his name, unable even to teach the basics of physics to a gaggle of hormonal teenagers? No! If this means that I must sacrifice 20 years of my life, then so be it.
I mean, you do still have the fact that you discovered the shrinking process in the first place going for you, but... Reboot Biodome Terminal. Okay, that unlocked some stuff, it looks like. Muscle Sprouts Test Kitchen. Test samples are currently 0.833% of target production size. Complex and somewhat tense muscular nuggets, several flaps overlap to protect a central organ, all entirely edible. An innate sense of fitness and survival compels them to fight against preparation. A smack of the spatula calms them right down. Initial recipe module analysis indicates use as a replacement for dry-aged beef liver. Unexpected. Compiling flavor profile compatibility. Results onions. Alright, this door's opened up, which means that down over here, this door should be open for us too. Oh crap, we've got one of these guys.
Gotta get them all.
I know I just let myself get hit there, but I realized I had never actually scanned these guys before. Where did all of these guys come from? Alright, there's both of those guys. There's another one. Oh, that's one of the archers. Crap, that one's gonna mess me up. Okay, real quick, let's unequip this stuff just so that way it's not taking damage when we're getting punched by this guy. Not that it mattered, I mean, we absolutely wrecked that guy without even getting hit. Oh, so this is where they all must have come up from. This door opened. Oh, this door is open too. What's through here? Bunch of footprints. So somebody was clearly here before us. Bandages. Let's consume one of these and that will slowly start healing us up. Oh my god. This lab is big, my gosh. Alright. Those two fellas taken out. Ooh, we can actually analyze some stuff.
Science.
Brittle quartzite, lots of this stuff, plenty of upgrade materials. I want to figure out what these resource surveyors actually do. I'm guessing we'll figure out how to power them eventually, and it'll allow us to survey the area for resources. So it'll show you where like a chunk of, I don't know, like brittle quartzite could be or something like that. Ham's test day 7. Nominal results not even marginally different from initial pre-test runs. Nitrogen cycle levels remain optimal and the local fungal network appears robust. Brussels sprouts seem slightly loose and fairly limp. They need something to promote growth, but I can't put my finger on it. Other phalangeal observations. Trudy finds her ring better suited for the koi pond substrate than her hand. Notes, work on making calls to the house. Tell Burgle to fish that ring out of the pond. W. Why does it say back? I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of faint, but it says back right there. The fishwife's ring. It sank to the ground and it sparkled by light. 'Twas lost and then snarfed as Sanke koi's bite. Her big wiggly mouth, a glistening thing, it swallowed up whole the glittering ring. Twin barbels flicker, her fins they did flap. It appeared she was choking, her dorsal I did slap. Hurled to the beyond, the ring was now free, as well as one eye, which then winked at me. Are you my wife now? Asked with my heart big and true. Up gurgled her response, aye, it's your fishwife. Me name's Trudy, too. So there's a ring somewhere out there. I don't know if it's of any value to us, but we now at least know that there's a ring somewhere.
This could work for my science fair project.
We will hold up on going down there. I just want to see what our options are before we commit to anything. Also, this doesn't make any sense. Why am I creating, ooh, mussel sprouts. Let's grab up all of these. Okay, hold up real quick. Let us go and... I don't know, we can drop an eelgrass strand. Actually, let's analyze this real quick. See if it does any good for us. Oh, you can't analyze them. Interesting. Alright, what happens if I eat it then? An edible hybrid Brussels sprout. Chewy muscles, flat, ripe and flexed. Restores hunger when eaten, but also causes pain. Sprouts giveth and sprouts taketh away. Mostly useful for enhancing smoothies. Oh, so maybe we should not eat them then. We'll grab a bunch though, because if it can be used for smoothies, I can use these at a later date. My god, there's a lot of them actually. I was going to say, though, it doesn't make sense. We're splashing in water, and yet there's a lower bit down there, so any water would have been down over there. If that makes sense. I don't know, water always goes as low as possible, so it doesn't really make sense to be splashing up water if we were up on a higher floor. I want to see real quick, does this... Yeah, this just leads back out to there. So the only path we have to go forward is going down under that water over here. Oh, I need some water. Speaking of, the water's actually going to be the main problem here if we don't finish this up relatively soon. Oh, I should have equipped this guy, as well as these. Let's go back up. You discovered Pond Hatch. And we got Mertine. What does that one do? Status. Barbarian. Hold up. I want to get inside where it's safe for a moment while we check this stuff out, because some of this is new to me. Barbarian, strong and reckless, you pride yourself in using the biggest weapons possible. Your muscular arms have no problem swinging clubs with great force and blind rage. You deal largely increased damage while raged, but cannot time your blocks correctly. Oh, that's not great. Mertine, the push and pull of thick, rich pond water coaxes your gummy little body into becoming a part of this world. Your permeable skin begins to utilize an electrochemical gradient that propels your limbs like mighty flagella and aids in respiration. Okay, so we could turn off, say, Natural Explorer and try this guy. And we're supposedly a bit faster, and we get an extra 20 seconds. Interesting. Alright, what are we actually doing right now? The pond. Find the pond super chip. Okay, well it's back over where we were supposedly. There's another hatch over here, so I'm gonna guess. We need an assistant manager key card to get in there. There was another place where I'd seen we needed an assistant manager key card to actually access. I don't know how you get an assistant manager key card. Maybe Burgle would have one because he was the right-hand man of Wendell. Oh, there's the little dome where the actual... I'm already forgetting the name of them. The muscle sprouts were grown. Alright, let's reassess. So, heading this way, we are getting closer to the chip. Did I miss it? Was it in here somewhere? Because it says we're like on top of it right now. Oh, I bet you the big ramp leading up leads you to the chip. It sure does. I just missed it while I was in here. Oh, and that opens up the pond doors. Okay, cool. Oh. I discovered the pond dome. Very nice. Don't know what good that does. LAN connected at 10 megabytes per second. Wow, that's some fast connection speed.
This time you've gone too far, Wendell Tully. You've done the unthinkable, trespassed the unforgivable. You missed Thanksgiving dinner. Who can blame Trudy? I know that I pushed things to the breaking point and that she has grit her teeth and borne it. She told me that she could not bear to watch me destroy my life, let alone hers, the children's, in single-minded pursuit of this technology. Never in all the years of knowing her has she given me such a cold, immovable ultimatum. My science or my family. But if only she could see. I am doing this for them. I understand it has been hard. It has been harder on no one more than myself. If only I had more time. If I could just prove to them the wonders that are so close now, they would understand, wouldn't they? And if they did not, perhaps they never understood me at all.
I mean, that's a little unfair to your family there, Wendell, but he's risking it all in the pursuit of science, I guess. Okay, let's go ahead. We will talk with Burgle, give him back this super chip. It makes sense, the fact that he's aging quicker, by the way, because smaller life forms typically have shorter lifespans, just because their bodies process things quicker. That's why humans, being the size we are, we live, a lot longer than most other things. It's not always the case. There are some large life forms that pass away quicker than smaller ones, etc., etc., but it's generally a good rule of thumb. Oh, did I miss
One success after another! I have returned Burgle to his original size! It appears that my new raw science containment field is working at 99% effectiveness.
98.5%.
Right, Burgle, right. However, as Burgle indicates, there is some minor, insignificant raw science leakage. A note for another time.
Noted.
But I see no reason to put off a human trial. I believe there should be no issues. But audentes fortuna juvat. I am ready to prove my creation's full potential. End recording. Burgle, I'd like to record some messages for my family, in case things do not go as planned.
Well, plan for every contingency, I suppose. Alright, Burgle. Okay, sorry, Burgle, you're a little close.
How can I help you today?
Found another super chip.
Count on you. Please hold while I update my files. Here we go. Processing. Processing. Whew! Better than ever! My diagnostic module is now restored. Analysis shows the spacer suffered a catastrophic failure in the embiggening cell.
The embiggening cell?
The embiggening cell stores and regulates interatomic energy transfer during the spacing expansion phase of the spacer. Put simply, it controls the rate of growth of the subject and prevents overexpansion, which can be quite messy.
Tell me more about the gross
There's
stuff.
both good news and the bad news. Which would you like to have first? All natural
Surprise me.
flavoring is not, strictly speaking, natural. Now you know. The good news is that I have a spare cell here. The bad news, it is empty.
Empty.
The cell must be filled with a special mixture, a cocktail, if you will. Another breakthrough invention by Dr. Tully. Hold please while I push the recipe for the embiggening cocktail to your scabby. Processing. Processing. Error. Missing directory. The directory you attempted to copy does not exist. Boo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo. Cheese and fries! It appears the formula for the embiggening cocktail is not in my memory. It must be on one of the remaining super chips.
I bet you it'll be on the
We'll need
last
that recipe
super chip.
in order to fill the embiggening cell and send you home. I am sorry. It seems like the forces of nature are trying to keep you in this yard. But I believe you are here for a reason.
Yeah, because apparently we got kidnapped by Ominent Technologies, and they shrunk us against our
Hold on
will.
to the empty cell for me, and when you feel ready, retrieve another super chip to see if we can piece this puzzle together. Ask
Do we have any
away, my
questions?
friend. Which lab would you like to discuss?
Alright, the
Dr.
Haze Lab.
Tully was interested in the medicinal properties of fungus and molds at miniature scale. We were hoping for a breakthrough by engineering a new type of fungus. Unfortunately, the experiment did not work quite the way Dr. Tully was hoping. Our fungus ended up spreading rapidly and infected the nearby insect life. If you are headed that direction, I would recommend bringing a gas mask. And watch out for the infected.
I just realized we've never actually listened to everything he has to say, so let's just go through it real quick.
After the Oak Lab, the Hedge Lab was the next to be constructed. Originally, we used it to observe and survey all of the wildlife and resources of the yard from a safe vantage point. After our encounters with the arachnids of the hedge, Dr. Tully's curiosity led us to experiment on spider silk, an extremely durable and strong material. The goal of our experiments there was to find other practical uses for it.
Alright, and then the Pond Lab.
Is, as the name suggests, located at the bottom of the Tully's koi pond. You will need to take a swim to reach it. As to the science conducted there, Dr. Tully has long had a fascination with Brussels sprouts. He thought that an underwater lab would be the perfect environment for the cultivation of new superfoods.
I mean, I don't know why it specifically had to be underwater that he works on the mussel sprouts, but good for Dr. Tully, I guess.
The Black Ant Lab is located underground near the sandbox. This remote location was chosen by Dr. Tully to do experiments with the newly discovered raw science particle, which has the occasional tendency to explode. Alas, a horde of black ants took over the lab and made a huge mess of the place. You can find the entrance in the stinky pile of garbage. Alternatively, if you have the right gear, there is a second entrance in the sandbox. If you see black ants, follow them, and they will lead you back to their anthill.
Okay, that's actually really good to
How
know.
can I help you
I'm glad that we
today?
spoke to him
Ask
about
away.
that.
Do you want my advice on how to get home? Or are you looking for other adventures?
What else should I
First,
be
build
doing?
a good base to call home. Survival is important for your success. You are going to be here for the foreseeable future, so get cozy.
I made a nice
Second,
little home.
keep foraging for new materials and analyze them for additional recipes. Every new bushcraft recipe will make you a more formidable survivor. And lastly, check out the ASL terminals for additional quests to help me out. I will happily trade you more recipes, but find and return more of my chips to expand the list of recipes. Oh, and lastly, try not to die. Laughing out loud. Can I
Ah,
help you
Burgle, you
today?
just get me.
Ask away.
What is
Ominent
Ominent?
Practical Technologies is one of the largest research and manufacturing companies in the world. Its main research facility is right here in the town of Brook Hollow. Dr. Tully, and by extension, yours truly, was an employee of Ominent for a long time, until very recently.
All right.
Away, my friend.
And then tell me about
A question
yourself.
about me? I'm flattered. I am the last existing burger lad, Mark IV, created by Dr. Tully. Since his disappearance, I have been continuing his research and experiments. I am a fully functional research assistant. I can answer science questions as well as assign tasks for you to complete.
What kind of tasks?
Every day, I will have a number of tasks for you, my budding science assistant, to complete. Finish them, and I will reward you for your hard work. Just do not mention anything to OSHA. The last thing I need is another investigation into underage labor practices.
Damn, OSHA ruining
Dr. Tully,
everything.
While he was working on designs for an automated burger restaurant to be licensed to Roby's Burgers. There were 14 other burgle prototypes created, but alas, I am the only one who remains. The others were all scrapped.
Okay. What are your main
Cooking,
operating
cooking,
parameters?
Grilling.
Isn't cooking and grilling redundant?
Everyone's a critic. I have been adapting my functionality with the assistance of Dr. Tully. I am also trained in organization, data science, and mustache grooming.
How should I get my
Consuming
burger
raw or
cooked?
undercooked meats may increase your risk of foodborne illness, especially if you have certain medical conditions. Medium rare. Medium if you must. But if you request well done, I will show you the truth behind my grilling function.
Oh my god.
How can I help you today?
Virgo just threatened to kill me.
Brave adventure-
I mean, don't get me wrong, nobody should get a burger well done. That is just going to be dry and gross. But, wow. Threatening to flat out kill us, that's something. Okay, so we have actually a lot of new stuff here.
Everything nice and clean.
A stationary turret that requires manual operation lobs pollen nuggets at flying enemies to help bring them to the ground. Deals extra damage against creatures involved in defense
Grilling right about
events.
now.
Oh, that's cool. You can build turrets. You've got sign stuff, more recipes to cook, spaghetti flea, boatman fin soup, tadpoloka pudding, curved bases. A curved solid floor can also be used as a ceiling. Okay. Or buoyant foundations, a floating surface perfect for supporting structures built over water. You know, I used to have a base on the water. Now I'm not sure if I'd want to do it. Between both the koi fish and the mosquitoes that hang out there, it seems like it'd be a little dangerous. But okay, that was the pond lab. We actually did that pretty smoothly, all things considered. With that, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Next time, we will start investigating the haze. I'm guessing we will have to kill a stink bug, because to make a gas mask, you do need stink bug parts. Which is kind of funny, because the gas mask helps defend against the stink bug. So you have to kill a stink bug to get armor to defend against the stink bug, which is interesting to say the least. Yeah, but anyways, we're going to go ahead and call it here. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time for some more Grounded. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
To go for molecular reduction. Paper is fine. Also did with the outfits and backpacks they were snatched in.
Body mass readout is an acceptable range. The skin fold degradation is minimal.
Specimen vitals are stable and holding. Looks like we've done it.
Great job, everyone. Let's set up 3 more trials for replication.
Sorry to crash your party. The Defense Department has arrived early to discuss Project Orc. The director needs you to be present at the meeting.
Not sure what's worse, our director or a 3-hour meeting with the military.
Wake up, Hoops! More bad dreams. They were doing tests on me. I hate needles. Project Orc sounds real bad. I don't like it one bit.
Good morning. How can I help you today? Ah, more of your fragmented memories. Let us stack them together like the ingredients of a burger. They are a common side effect of the shrinking process. The memories, that is, not the burger metaphors, which are simply how I am programmed to understand the world. How can I be of assistance?
Scientists were experimenting on me while I was tiny.
If they were following the Ominent Practical Science Manual, it is likely they were documenting side effects of the shrinking process, of which there are a few. Short-term memory loss, constipation, dehydration, among other minor ailments. But as for the long-term side effects, nothing to worry about, my friend. You are looking fresher than a non-frozen meat patty. Ha 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 ha!
Except for the fact that it does increase the aging process. Something about a Project ORC?
Project ORC? That is certainly not something that Dr. Tully ever discussed with me. Ominent requires its scientists to use codenames for their projects. Eventually, the marketing department gets involved to spice it up. I heard one scientist just used American state names in chronological order. Laughing out loud! What a magnificent scheme! But I digress. Whatever Project ORC is, the name does not sound good. How can I help you to have an
How do you name states chronologically? Would it be the order that they joined the US? I'm not really sure about that. Anyways, this was just a little bonus thing because I had another dream. So I'm going to just stitch this onto the end of the last video. Anyways, have a good one, everybody. Bye.